If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. We welcome you to today's show and ask those of you who have not subscribed to please subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue to expose the satanic Illuminati agenda and the ushering in of the Antichrist. Today's show, you want to get fired up? Let's get fired up. Okay, you want to see blatantly obvious signs of what Satanism really is all about. Okay, how these people don't honor their so-called tenets that they have, how they disrespect every religion out there that isn't a form of Satanism, how they disrespect Christianity. These people are the lowest form of scum that have ever walked the earth. Okay, let's make that real clear and real simple. These people are the lowest forms of scum that have ever walked the earth. I've talked about the black mass that's occurring in Oklahoma. Okay, we've talked about it on this channel. People have messaged me about it. We're all aware that it's going on. You want to hear what's going on now? Should I start with what they're doing, what they have planned for it? Or should I start with the guy who is actually leading the entire ceremony, the man who is leading this ceremony, who happens to be a registered sex offender? What a surprise! What a surprise! These Satanists gloat and talk about how they're really atheists and they don't believe in they don't believe Satan exists, right? Which is all part of LaVeyan Satanism and Crawley Satanism. It is hiding it and lying about it and pretending that they don't actually worship the beast so that people don't, catch on to what they really do with the black magic and all this disgusting pedophilia that runs rampant. But the guy who's leading the mass, named Dr. Adam Daniels, is a registered sex offender who is leading this mass. What a surprise! A Satanist linked to being a sex offender. What a shock, being that all the books that they read about how to perform black magic, which is exactly what they're performing here at this black mass, as they say right in plain sight, they'll be performing black magic. The ceremony on August 15th is intended to illustrate black magic and Daniel's church teaching and distinguish them from atheistic Satanism. Good, so now everybody can know. You know why there's a pedophile leading this? Because all Satanists, these people are pedophiles. There might be some kids that sign up for this and get a cool certificate in the mail from the Church of Satan who don't have a clue of what they're a part of. These leaders of these churches are pedophiles. They read Crawley's teachings, which talk about the best way to enhance their magic is through sex with young boys, through human sacrifice with young boys. All of this stuff that should have them jailed. That's where they belong. In cages, in prisons. That's where these witches and these Satanists should be. And they're lucky they're getting away with it. But oh, wait, you want to hear more? You want to hear more about what they'll be doing? Well, here's the ceremony in a nutshell. The ceremony is known as the Consumption of Mary. Satanists in Oklahoma are planning to use sulfur, menstrual blood, and pages from the Quran to corrupt a statue of the Virgin Mary. So they're going to rip up the Quran, use sulfur menstrual blood, which is just absolutely disgusting, and then they are going to destroy the statue of the Virgin Mary. The ticketed black mass is to take place at the Civic Center Music Hall in Oklahoma City. Somebody find this Civic Center and get it shut down. Tell the people who are running this Civic Center, if they're allowing this stuff to go on, we can't even read Bibles out in public, and they're allowing this stuff to go on with menstrual blood? How revolting. Ripping up of the Quran as well as desecrating the statue of the Virgin Mary. Wait a minute, isn't there a giant statue of the Baphomet somewhere? Oh, right, you mean the one that they have hidden that they're going to put out in public and they're going to put all cameras around it so nobody destroys it? Why don't we all go to Home Depot? I hear they're having a sale on sledgehammers. That thing should be torn down. It should be beaten to a pulp. That stupid Baphomet statue. Yet we had the 10 Commandments outside of City Hall in Oklahoma where somebody just conveniently ran them over. No charges were pressed against them. Oh, of course not. Some Satanist just ran it down. And now the city council there says, well, we're not going to put a new one up because of, we have to respect other people's religions. Oh, this is real respectful of other people's religions. This is really respectful to Christians when you're going to be desecrating the Virgin Mary. It's very, very respectful of other religions. Should I read you the tenets on their page? Here, why don't I read a few of these ridiculous tenets that they follow? One should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. Oh, okay, it seems like they're doing that. Yeah, give me a break. How about this one? The freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another is to forego your own. Oh, okay. Beliefs should conform in our best scientific understanding of the world. We should take care never to distort scientific facts to fit our beliefs. I mean, look at all this. What a hypocrisy this fake religion is. These people are an embarrassment. It makes me embarrassed. I don't even want to look in a mirror. You know why? Not because I'm afraid of what I'm going to see. Because I am embarrassed to be a human being with people like this walking the earth. Imbeciles, hypocrites, doing what they want. Don't you see what's going on here? How they're preparing everybody? How they continue to just push Christianity out the door, disrespect Christians left and right. Now they have this disgusting ceremony going on where they're going to desecrate the Virgin Mary, but they're also talking about how they're going to be performing black magic. And if anybody's looked into black magic, it's not something that you should be wanting or promoting. Even if you're an atheist, you shouldn't want them to be performing. But, oh, right, because atheists don't believe it's real. Right. This is just absolutely ridiculous. This guy, Daster Adam Daniels of the Church of Ahriman, is also a registered sex offender. In fact, confirmed by the Oklahoma Gazette reporter who interviewed Daniels. It is hard to parse the teaching of his church, but a website for Church of Ahriman claims he is God, he's the God of hell and earth and universe, blah, blah, blah. In the consumption of Mary, her corrupted statue is placed in the center of Solomonic triangle. Oh, there you see the triangle. Now you see just the symbols that they use in black magic and Satanism and with the Illuminati that everybody mocks and says, oh, the Illuminati with the pyramids. Yeah, because it's all connected to Satanism, which entraps her. So the Solomonic triangle, which entraps her. Celebrants dance counterclockwise around the statue. Oh, just more stuff I talk about in this channel. These ritual dances you see choreographed in these videos where people go, wow, I want to be a dancer. That's really cool. How do they come up with it? They're ritual dances. They are putting a spell on the nation, on the world with these ritual dances. So here they are putting the statue inside of the pyramid, just like they do with all their spells, inside of the circle, whatever they decide to use, putting inside of there, doing a counterclockwise ritual dance before a spirit severs the statue's head, unleashing a hell mouth or opening to hell. Inside the statue is an actual pig's heart, Daniel said. Oh, this is all. What a great time at the Civic Center on August 15th, folks. They're going to be decapitating the statue of Mary. There's a pig's heart stuffed inside of it. After the statue's been smashed, a priestess pulls the heart out of the rubble and eats it, thus consuming Mary and ending the ritual. Can you believe this stuff? This is going on. I've been telling everybody, this is what's going on. This is what the Satanists do. And then this is what makes the witches mad. The witches and the other Satanists get mad when they hear people like me because they go, why is this guy openly talking about this? He should not be openly talking about it. Well, because he's an idiot, just like the rest of you Satanists. This guy's a moron. He couldn't keep it to himself, this creep pedophile who should be in a jail cell rotting away for the rest of his life because he's already been convicted of pedophilia. He's already been convicted of being a creep bag for loving and touching children like a scumbag, like all these Satanists are. He's free walking the earth. Yeah, if somebody doesn't pay their taxes, they're going away for 20 to 30 years. But we have creep bags like this running amok. So this is their ritual. And the Satanists won't like hearing this because they'll say, why is this guy openly talking about it? Because the code is a vow of silence. That's what I've been saying. The vow of silence. The Masons have it. The witches have it. The Satanists have it. They have a vow of silence. They play dumb. They pretend to be nice, caring people. They speak well. They sound like they're smart. They sound like they're culture, they have culture values and all this stuff. Oh, and they're great, wonderful people. They don't want to harm anyone. They respect everyone's religion. That is all part of the act. They change things, okay? Because centuries after centuries, these witches were cast out. People found them, they saw what they were doing, and they either killed them or they locked them up. They continued to get cast out. That is why we live in this matrix today, because they flipped everything upside down. They hide, they refuse to talk about the craft, and then they use comedy and all this other stuff to get away with whatever they want, because they point at someone like me and they go, oh, what a crazy crazy conspiracy theorists. It sounds like a witch hunt because they get away with these crimes like the McMarkin preschool I talked about, or, the Franklin cover-up. They get away with it because they control everything. They have all the power. They control the courts. They control government. They control everything. And the Satanists play dumb and they go, we're the ones who are persecuted against. The Catholics have all the rights. And they're revealing themselves now because you can all see whether you started listening to this channel as a lukewarm person, whether you're someone who listens to this channel because you just like to hear me rant and you don't believe in God. Okay. Can you not see the signs? Can you not see Christianity being taken away? How they just continue, Jesus' name, can't be on a bench in Colorado. It's offensive. It can't be said at a school in South Carolina. They're handing out satanic doctrine and pro-abortion things. When I tell you that the core of Satanism is the sacrifice, the ritual killing of these kids, these poor innocent children, everything is being revealed to us right now, right in front of our faces. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Period. There is no debating it. There is no arguing it. If you're someone who doesn't believe, what is it going to take for you to believe? Look at these rituals that are occurring, how they have to mock the Virgin Mary and do this ritual, and then they eat the heart. It's exactly what you read about in the Old Testament with Baal worship, okay? And all these other tribes, and so they eat the heart. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. This guy's openly talking about the black magic that's going to be performed. He's openly talking about smashing the head off of Mary, then going inside, taking out the heart and eating it. And then, like it says right here, take the heart out, eat it, thus consuming Mary and ending the ritual. Okay, this guy goes on to say, Daniel has crossed swords with the Oklahoma Christian community for years. Oh, he's such a tough guy. He's busy molesting kids. Come cross swords with me, pal. Love you to come here with your sword. I got a sword ready for you. Okay, come here. Why don't you come here and tell me about how you're going to chop the head off the statue and you're going to spit on the Bible and rip pages and do all this stuff that you plan on doing. Yet you're a convicted pedophile. You creep. You shouldn't even be out. These laws have been set up to protect these sick, perverted human beings. Pedophilia should be one of the top things you should be jailed for life for. I mean, you shouldn't even be able to get out. To be honest, that's how I feel about it. It's disgusting. The abuse of these innocent children for these sexual perversions, yet they always walk. They always get off. You know why? Because this is what the Satanists do. So they help their fellow Satanists out, these other sick, perverted people like them. So in case they do get caught or something happens, they know that they can get out of it. So this guy goes on bragging about his ritual. He goes on to say there's a certain element of truth. There's a certain element of beauty in the darkness that you don't find in the light. It's cold and stark. It's right up in your face. And if you can't deal with it psychologically, you're going to have repercussions. But that doesn't mean there's not a stark beauty in the darkness. You're going to have repercussions, pal. Just wait for the trumpets to sound. Just wait. I can't wait to see your face and see how you handle it. Huh? Look, he says, there's an element of beauty and darkness in it, but if you can't deal with it psychologically, you're going to have repercussions. How are you going to handle Judgment Day psychologically? I hope you're wearing an adult diaper. I know a store in Chicago, they're selling adult diapers. You should probably get one prepared because every bodily fluid you have will be coming out of you when the trumpets sound and you realize what you've done and the pedophilia and all this other ritual sacrifice I'm sure you're involved in and all the things you've done in darkness will be exposed. Then what are you going to do? Have your Depends on? You're going to have your diaper on and your pacifier in your mouth? You pig? You rotten scum? These people are vile, and I don't understand how people don't get upset about it. They go, can you tone it down? Can you stop yelling? Why do you have to be so offensive? I don't know. Do you have kids? Do you care about children? What do you think about a young boy just getting born and getting abducted or getting pushed into this network so creeps like this guy can get his jollies off? Huh? Oh, that's okay? That's not worth yelling about? These poor innocent souls? These poor innocent souls that our Father loves and cherishes, that they get abused and victimized and they become victims of trauma-based mind control and their lives are ruined, and some of them that just get killed and dumped out like garbage, and the rest of them who survive it have a tough time finding God because they're so mentally screwed up from these people and their sick perversion. Yeah, I won't get fired up about it. I'm real fired up about it. I don't know how nobody else is. These poor children. I constantly talk about the children on this channel. Constantly. All of these Satanists, okay, they network, they prostitute these kids, they make $40 billion annually through the sex trafficking and the auctioning and ritual killing of these kids. They're pretty much telling you in this ritual what they're performing here, with the eating of the heart. This is the stuff that these sickos do and get away with. So this will be going on at your Oklahoma Civic City Center, folks, where they'll be destroying the statue of Mary, where they'll be using menstrual blood. I mean, just absolute disgust. It's disgusting. And they're doing it. And they're doing it inside. It's like doing it in Madison Square Garden, right? Doing it in some public building. People can buy tickets and show up, and people will. And I know there'll be some good Christians out there protesting it, and that's great. But more needs to be done than just protesting it. It needs to physically be stopped from happening. These people should not be allowed to get away with this stuff. And that's why you hear all this nonsense about religious freedoms, about why hate on somebody else's religion. They want religious. They've built this whole thing up so that they can get away with doing stuff like this. People don't understand the repercussions that occur from black magic and the stuff and the power that they have and what they're capable of. Yes, we can fend them off with the Holy Spirit. Of course, I'm aware of that. But what about the innocent souls out there who don't have a clue? What about young children who are born that don't know what's going on and they're victimized by this? We have to care about these people. And when you get pedophiles like this guy talking about being enlightened and talking about, oh, how great he is and this black mass is going to be wonderful, it should be stopped. I'd like to stand right in front of the door. All right, me and my billy club. I'll stand right there. Nobody's getting in. It ain't happening. That's how I feel. And if that's too much for people out there to handle, well, tough. You're talking about innocent children. This isn't even just about them disrespecting Jesus Christ and Christianity and the Virgin Mary. It's not about that, okay? This guy is an open pedophile. They're performing these ritual killings all over the world. Kids are constantly the core and the victims of Satanism. And people should be fired up and angry about it. Because you know what? It could be your kid one day. And then what are you going to say? You can say, I should have cared more. I should have been more fired up. I should have been more aware, watching the people around my child. Realizing that some of these people were preying on my child or on my children. So this is just more Satanism, more Satanists getting away with this stuff. We can't read Bibles in schools. We can't read them in public parks without the police showing up. Yet they can perform these rituals where a man's actually going to eat a pig heart. Real great example for the kids, folks. Come on down to the Civic Center. Watch a grown pedophile eat a pig's heart. Sounds like a great time for all. Free hot dogs in the middle of the show. Give me a break! This stuff is absolutely over the top and ridiculous what they get away with. And what they use this religious freedom thing and people go with it. They go, they're not hurting anyone. They're not harming anyone. Yeah, it's great. It's great for the kids that are going to be dragged to this or the kids who are born into this. So this pedophile can prey on them. I mean, give me a break. These people are just so sick and perverse and it's non-stop. So where are you going to be on August 15th? Going to be down at the Civic Center, folks, in Oklahoma? Unbelievable. Really, it is. And like I said, they get away with having the Baphomet statue. Oh, the big reveal of this stupid goat with breasts and a penis that these creeps worship, right? The Baphomet. Oh, it's a balance, the universal balance. Don't disrespect the Baphomet. I'll punt the Baphomet, okay? The Baphomet. How about the Holy Spirit? He'll rip the Baphomet's head off. Baphomet, breasts and a penis with a goat head. They got that thing out in public. They can do whatever they want with that, oh yeah, that's fine. 10 Commandments? Nope. We can't have those around. Can't have Bibles around. It's unbelievable. The hypocrisy that we live. This world is just a giant hypocrisy. It's really just enough to make anyone sick. It really is. So there it is, folks. They'll be decapitating the Virgin Mary, performing black magic, as this guy's openly talking about. As he also has been known to be a pedophile. He's been busted as a pedophile. Oh, okay. So you want to read a book on black magic? Read Sex Magic by Aleister Crowley, and you'll see exactly what this guy does. Pedophilia with his black magic ritual. See how they're connected? You can't just say, oh, he's a pedophile. It has nothing to do with Satanism. They're not connected in any way at all. Oh, they're not? He's talking about black magic rituals that he's going to perform, and he's a convicted sex offender. And then Crowley brags about how the best way to obtain black magic is by that of a young boy. Oh, must all be a coincidence. I'm not supposed to connect the dots here. That's what they don't want anyone to do, connect the dots. Because we have a dumbed down society, and they know they can get away with this stuff because people won't connect the dots. And then they get mad when someone like me raises my voice, and the witches come out and go, shh, keep your vow of silence. Keep your vow of silence before they figure out what's going on here. We figured it out already. We know what's going on, and it's not going to last long for you witches and Satanists because the trumpets are going to sound soon. So like I said, get your adult diapers ready, boys and girls. Get your adult diapers, get your baby bonnets on, because you're going to be acting like 2-year-olds when the trumpets sound, because you are going straight to hell for eternity unless you repent and you stop performing this sorcery and this magic and worshiping the beast, and you stop abusing these children, which is the core of your belief system. Get your diapers and your baby powder. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families. Prayers always to these children out there who are victims of satanic ritual abuse. It has to stop. We have to expose it so that these children aren't victimized. Prayers are with them and their families. God bless all of you. May peace be with you.